Hi, everyone. I'm William.
And I'm Ebon.
I'm Thick.
I'm Thin.
And this is the Thick and Thin podcast. All right, so we're back. Thank you to everyone that came out to the Ontario Improv on last Wednesday. It was great.
Yeah,
I don't know.
quite the showing.
Yeah,
y'all.
it was awesome. Y'all showed out. And we had a great show. Carlos did great. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. If you want to hear more about that, you can listen to the BuddyCast. First things first, follow me on Instagram at Willie_D20.
And me at Eb_Nick.
Yeah. Also share, subscribe, like our stuff. We're gonna start putting shorts out soon, so if that's an easy thing to share with your friends and stuff, send that over. What do you want to talk about? What do we want to start with?
Well, it's like I feel like the majority of my timelines lately is all Oscar buzz movie stuff.
Is that coming up?
Next Sunday, a week from tomorrow.
Next Sunday, so the 9th?
Wait, maybe it's tomorrow then. Shit, I don't know. It's one. I feel like it was a low digit.
The 2nd or the 9th?
One of them. Yeah, it's one of them. It's coming up. Possibly by the time this is aired, it might have already aired. So who knows? Does it show?
It says on Sunday.
Okay, so it's tomorrow.
So, yeah. Okay, and that's something that you get excited for.
I do. It's a little bit like my kind of part nerdy Super Bowl for me. I don't know. Ever since the pandemic, I don't watch as many movies. So usually, by the time Oscars come around here in the last few years, it's like if I've seen 3 of the movies, I'm doing good. But I still follow it.
Typically, for me, the like award show movies, they like say them, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Really?
Like the fucking pianist, and it's like, what? Who? What?
So
I remember seeing the ads and was like, why would I go see a fucking silent movie in 2017? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Avant-garde film.
Okay.
It's supposed to be arty.
That was artistic in the fucking 30s.
No, that was normal in the 30s.
Whatever. I don't know.
That was just any old Joe Schmo film in the 30s.
Or I guess that was the artist, not the pianist. But
the artist.
Tomato. Nobody batted an eye when I said the pianist.
At first, I was like, "Isn't the pianist the Holocaust
Adrian
movie?"
Brody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. I never
that
saw
movie.
it.
I just remember somebody getting thrown off a balcony in a wheelchair and being like, "Oh."
I never saw it because I was like, yeah, I don't want to watch a shit about a dude playing a piano. I don't fucking care. Why don't you call it what it really is? Fucking Jews playing pianos.
No, it feels like
I'd be like, all right, this is all right.
It's like if Anne Frank played a piano and you meshed it with Schindler's List. That's kind of what the movie is.
If Anne Frank, okay,
the story of Anne Frank.
Just German Nazis walking through the house like, I'm thinking maybe they're hiding something from me.
Something like,
and then it's just like, bing.
Yeah.
he can't refrain from playing, so and he's like, you said there was no one else here.
It's not quite like that, but broad strokes.
Ding ding. Starts playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's like, how does this how you say ceiling play music?
I just remember thinking from the trailers, from what I can remember of it, the movie The Piano with
This one we watched, right?
Yeah, with Holly Hunter and Harvey Keitel. So I remember thinking that it was going
weird ass movie.
Yeah, definitely. I remember thinking it was kind of going to be in that lane of a movie. I don't remember getting the Holocaust aspect of it from the trailers, and then I just remember watching it and being like, okay, well now I'm depressed as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, which I guess is the point, but
that's what I'm saying. Like, call it what it's like realistically is. It's just like sad piano player. Or
yeah.
I don't
sad
know.
Persecuted piano player. Yeah, pretty much. And his family.
But I guess if you would have read the synopsis, you would know. But I get okay. Fucking what a tangent. Anyway, my point being, like, usually the movies are like, this is never a movie I would watch.
Huh, interesting.
Like, I think maybe it's probably changed. I think recently I'm more into, like, by recently I mean like within like 7 years, more of like the artistic side. But even then, I'm just like, I don't know, this shit's kind of lame.
So
Let's pull up the list.
Okay.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Oh, I was gonna say, so in prior to the 7 years or so ago, you wouldn't like hear about the Oscar nominees and be like, oh, I've seen that. Oh yeah, they deserve that. Or like none of them would be even remotely familiar to you.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I would have been like, well, I heard that because I'm not like completely.
You don't live under a rock.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. Film's biggest night has nearly arrived, and Hollywood stars are gearing up to win the industry's most prestigious trophy. The 97th Academy Awards will honor artistic and technical excellence by handing out Oscars at the Dolby Theater in the heart of Hollywood on Sunday. We've been to the Dolby Theater, actually. We saw Cirque du Soleil there. It was pretty fucking awesome. This year's Oscar nominees feature an array of films from religious thriller Conclave, that should win some shit, and historical drama The Brutalist, to fantasy musical Wicked and body horror movie The Substance. Netflix musical thriller Amelia Perez leads the pack with 13 nominations, despite stirring controversy into the race due to resurfaced racist and xenophobic social media posts by its lead, Carla Sofia Gascon, who's apparently a trans person but has issues with other people of race. Okay.
Yeah.
Make that make sense. So, here's of course, the nominees. Best Picture, Honora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, Wicked. I have heard of 3 of those. I've seen 2 of them. The only reason, I'm sorry, I've heard of more of them, but the only reason is because we watched the other award show.
Golden Globes.
Yeah, so we watched the Golden Globes, and a lot of these were also nominated.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason I've heard of like The Brutalist. The rest of them, never heard. Amelia Perez, again, that's the ones I've heard of. Conclave and Wicked are the ones I saw.
Same.
Dune, Amelia
Dune,
Perez. Okay, so 5 of them I've heard of.
For me,
and these are going to be Best Picture, which means best movie of the year in the country.
Yeah.
But I haven't even heard. What is Nickel Boys?
I actually, my book's probably in progress. I remember starting to read that book a couple of years ago as part of a book club. It's black racism back in the 30s, 40s.
You know them Nickel Boys.
Set book. So I'm aware of that because of the book. I have not seen the movie. Obviously Wicked and Conclave, same as you. I've heard of Dune.
And it's weird, like you see these lists and like obviously like you don't know what the other ones are.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, like I saw Conclave. I saw the first Dune, so I imagine the second one is just like an extension of that. And so I'm like, these are vastly different movies.
Which I feel like in the last few years, it seems like a wider array of types of movies are getting nominated. Because it used to kind of be like you could always bank on like the serious dramas. Like rarely was something sci-fi a Best Picture nominated. Rarely a musical or anything funny or light.
When was it like? Because I feel like for the longest time, it wasn't necessarily about like the most artistic movie. It was just the best movie. Like Gladiator is not an artistic.
No.
It is, but it's not like that's not like the forefront. Like that's not why it won Best Picture.
Right.
It's just a fucking great movie.
Right.
So like there was a time when it was just like this is clearly just the best movie of the year versus like this is more on the artistic side, so we're gonna up it a little more, even though most of the people haven't seen it.
Well, I don't necessarily think all the nominees are all on the artistic side. I just think it's including more artistic type of movies
now. Yeah. But back in the day, they weren't. It was. I don't think it was necessary. Like think of like Silence of the Lambs, Gladiator, fucking. I mean, name some more. Like they're not focused on the art of cinema.
Well, when you say maybe we should qualify what you mean by artistic movie.
Like you're like taking risks in a filmmaking style or like like I think you can tell like a dull ass story but it's super artistic and they'll be like this is great because it's like it's shot well, the like framing it, like, you know what I'm saying, like cinematography is good where it's like oh this is a really good shot and like you know what I'm saying, but not versus like oh that was like a actual good movie. Like you can have like a well shot movie but that doesn't mean it's a good movie.
True.
I don't know.
Well, when I think of like an artistic type movie, I think of like a movie that's going to be part of your Cannes Film Festival or something like that. Not like a mainstream box office release, but like a very limited, and then it just gets traction and
like
kind of thing.
Of these movies of this list and of the ones that I've seen, like Conclave to me is an artistic movie, but it's also a really good movie. It has a great story and everything behind it, but also visually it's beautiful. It's written well.
Yeah.
The music is on point. Like there's eerie moments that are silent. Like it's
I wouldn't call that an artsy movie.
Really?
Though. No.
Because
it was like a main release
of an artsy movie.
Well, that's why I want to qualify, because
I don't mean like indie. I mean they're
okay.
like their main focus was like the presentation.
For sure.
Because like the story in and of itself is like it's pretty. It definitely had a twist, but like you're kind of like, okay, but like I think the main thing of it is like how they presented it.
Okay,
and
that's
to
fair.
me that's what like an artsy. I hate the word artsy. It sounds so fucking juvenile. But
well,
like
it can just mean so many things.
Side,
yeah. Okay, I'll agree there.
Where it's like
your big budget, like your Dune, is not necessarily artsy.
Like Conclave is like there are so many shots in that where they conveyed something without having
Yes,
dialogue,
I love
like that. Yeah, like things like
so
that, where like you don't need like
they make good use of the silence.
That and they let the audience like decipher things.
Yes,
and
yes.
To me, that's
You're making the audience work for it a little bit.
You're making them work for it, and you're putting it in their hands. Like you don't want. It's
you don't
like
have to spell it out.
I don't. Yeah, it's like I don't want you to think that I think you're so stupid that I need you to like spell out in dialogue what's going on. And so, like to me, that's more of like that's a more artistic style because it's not just like here it is, fucking here,
smack you in the face with it.
Yeah, exactly. Where which like Wicked is exactly that.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not to say, I don't think artistic
that
is,
genre lends itself to. We need to make a big spectacle about it.
I wouldn't call Wicked artistic. I would call it creative.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I know is probably like closely hand in hand, but again, like it wasn't like really like creating anything extra. It was just like kind of building on something else.
That's fair. Yeah. Sidebar though, before I forget, since you like the silence aspect of Conclave, when we get there, you're really gonna like the show The Crown, because that's one of my biggest things I love about it is how like they make so good a use of just like silence and like you said the look.
I love that.
Oh, I so love that. Okay,
I feel like there was something else recently that we watched where it was like the actor was like, oh my god, like the amount of fucking Black Sheep. Of all movies, Chris Farley, when he gets fired from the community center and he's like packing up his stuff, it's a really good scene.
I was I mean, I haven't watched a Chris Farley film before that, but I was pleasantly surprised at his acting ability, because that scene alone, just that whole conversation that played over his face, I'm like, that's really hard to do.
It's such a good scene.
Yeah.
And a fucking hilarious movie. Like rewatching it with you, it was so fun. I was just like, you've never seen it. I was like, oh, this is so fun. That's such a good movie.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. So what's your pick? It's not gonna be it, by the way. Whatever one you pick is not gonna win.
Of course. Obviously the two that I've seen are my faves. I'm actually hoping Wicked might sweep it. And I know that's a long shot, because historically musicals and lighthearted things-ish. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call that completely lighthearted, but usually they don't tend to take the big prize home, but I'm hoping that it'll be the anomaly this time. Yeah. What do you think?
I think if I didn't think that like Hollywood was so like pretentious and so like insistent on itself, then I would say that Wicked has a good chance, but I don't think that they'll either give it to Amelia Perez because trans.
I would have bet money on that one before all her shit came out.
Controversy, yeah, you're probably right. That did probably kick her, be a biter or shoot her in the
if it came out before
just bit her in the dick.
If it came out before, oh my god, if it came out before the full voting block had a chance to vote, that shot him in the foot.
Yeah. Dude, hold on. Timothy Chalamet is in 2 of these movies? He's in Dune and A Complete Unknown?
Didn't know that.
This guy.
Well, The Complete Unknown is him playing
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yeah.
Oh, I would actually like to see that movie. But how would I know that that's that movie?
Right.
It should be the story of Bob Dylan.
It should be A Complete Unknown, a Bob Dylan story.
A Bob Dylan film.
We just got through talking about we don't like things handed to us on a platter. But we want to know that's a Bob Dylan movie.
I mean, maybe. I mean, not in like the context of the movie, but like when I want to know what I guess like Conclave. What the fuck? I mean, I guess if you I don't,
Conclave definitely tells what it's about.
I suppose. Yeah, if you know.
I mean, you know what the word
is,
conclave means anyway.
Yeah. I hope it goes to Conclave because I really enjoyed that movie.
Me too.
I thought it was really good.
I wouldn't be mad if it went to Conclave.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that. Didn't The Brutalist win at Golden Globes for something?
Yeah, is that
They
the
won
one?
a couple of
is that
awards.
the one with what's his name? Oh God, I can see his face. I can't think of his name.
I thought it was a foreign movie.
Eisenberg and the Culkin brother. Is that one?
That's that one?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
Well, we'll get down there. I'm sure they'll
okay.
call their names and
right.
we'll associate it with it.
So all right, so Wicked and Conclave are our choices. Okay, Best Actor, Adrian Brody.
Oh, he's in the
Oh,
Brutalist. Okay.
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 So
So that's not what I was thinking of.
Again, like, hey, this movie's called The Brutalist, but Adrian Brody has a fucking thing of flour. It's like, what is this movie about?
It's,
you know,
it's if honestly, post-war America. It's probably
it says right
another
here.
The Pianist.
Adrian Brody plays a Jewish architect who reunites with his family in post-war America. In the
It's The
period
Pianist
epic,
with
The
a different
Brutalist.
profession, probably.
What is he gonna find out that he designed the concentration camps without knowing?
Oh God, that would be awful. That would be awful.
What could this possibly be about? Adrian Brody, anytime he gets a chance to play a sad Jew, he is
jumps
on
on it.
board. I mean, look at him though. He looks the part. He is
I
fucking
mean, it's like he did in Pianist. Okay,
So-
so of these picks,
Ralph Fiennes. Was that the main
Ray
guy?
Fiennes.
Fiennes.
That's your Voldemort guy.
It is?
Bro, we watched that whole movie and you didn't realize that was Voldemort?
No idea.
Oh my God.
It doesn't look like Voldemort.
He touched him. His voice always is get
Also,
away from
if
me.
it's Fiennes, why is there two N's? Whatever. Because he's British, probably, huh?
And the fact that Ralph, as we look at it, it's pronounced Rafe, R-A-F-E, which is,
Rafe Fiennes?
Yeah.
Is his name? Dude, your name is Ralph Fiennes.
I don't know if that's like a Welsh. It probably is a, what happened?
Switched off of camera. My
Oh.
bad, people.
Timothy Chalamet, I've heard a lot about him and how he's spot on with Bob Dylan. I feel like it probably could go to anybody. I haven't heard anything much about Sebastian Stan, but the top four on those lists, I've heard lots of buzz about. So
All right.
it's a
well,
crapshoot.
We'll see. We'll
Ride-
see. All right.
ride or die
Riding
Cynthia here. Sorry.
Best actress. Yes, of course. Cynthia Erivo. Carlos Sofia Gascon. There's no fucking way she wins that. Mikey Madison, Honora. Again, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Demi Moore. Who fucking cares anymore?
Well-
Fernanda Torres. It's just like, I don't know. What these-
Apparently, there is a school of thought that people are thinking that while Cynthia deserves this award, Demi might get it because like apparently she's made a comeback and this is a really like serious role. I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
But
But
is that like? Again, this kind of like there's like it's like a makeup award in a different way.
Right.
It's like,
But, I mean-
good job, you made a comeback. It's like, fucking, is the movie good or not? Is she
Right,
good in it or
right.
not? That's what matters. Like,
and
that
most
shouldn't
Demi
play
Moore,
into
I mean,
it.
I haven't seen this one. This one sounds like it's kind of like a meaty thing, but most Demi Moore movies is just like, all right, well, there was
couldn't
nothing
name
that
you a
was
single movie she's in.
Ghost,
Wasn't she in like a
An
like
Indecent
shaven
Proposal,
head, like shoot 'em
G.I.
up movie?
Jane.
She was G.I. Jane. Okay.
not to say that she's a shitty actor. She's very
So I
capable.
saw G.I. Jane. She was like, suck my dick.
I've seen Ghost. I've seen
It's been a while since I've seen Ghost.
what did I just say? Oh, Indecent Proposal. And there was something where she was kind of like a stripper or pole dancer. I can't really think of the movie, but I mean, she just
Again,
kind
like, I
of
couldn't tell you.
plays.
I know her as Ashton Kutcher's ex.
Wow, she
Yeah.
was out here well before
I
Ashton
mean,
Kutcher.
I know that, but like that's
That's fair.
when I was a teenager that they were together and broke up. I'm pretty sure. So,
Wow.
and he was still on what was that damn show where they did pranks on MTV?
That I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Pranks?
Yeah, like just on celebrities. Oh, what the fuck would they call it? Like they would do like big time pranks on celebrities, and they would film it, and Ashton Kutcher was the host of it. Dude, oh my god, this is gonna drive me crazy.
It'll come to you.
Everybody's screaming at me
I
right
know.
now too.
It's all right. Are you gonna look it up?
Yeah.
You have to know.
Punked. Jesus Christ. You never heard of Punked?
No.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That's kind of crazy.
I kind of stopped. I tapered off with MTV when they stopped showing music videos.
That's fair.
When they got into TV shows, I was kind of out.
That's fair. Oh,
Where'd you click?
I was trying to X off this.
Oh.
Okay. So, I mean...
So I feel like it's going to be either Cynthia or Demi.
That's
my point. Yeah.
fair.
I want Cynthia. But Cynthia also has another crack at it with part 2. So
Right. But
there's that.
There's nothing that says she shouldn't win it for both.
I mean...
Like... that was really
first
good.
of all, you think the Academy is going to give a black woman
twice in a row,
same black woman for the same role 2 years in a row? No, we'll be lucky if she gets it once.
Yeah,
let's be real.
Right. Okay, best supporting actor, Yura Borisov.
Oh, a real pain. That's the one movie I was thinking about.
Okay, yeah, Kieran Culkin, Edward Norton. I'm always on board with Edward Norton, even though I've never seen that movie. Guy Pearce from The Brutalist, Jeremy Strong. We haven't seen any of these, so we can't really.
Nope.
Give it to Kieran. Who gives a fuck? Best supporting actress, Zoe Saldana. I support it. Don't know what movie it is.
That's the movie, the controversial movie.
She was in it. Oh, that poor girl.
I know everybody in that movie is probably pissed off at the star. Like, you done fucked up our press over this bullshit.
For real. I'm surprised Ariana Grande is considered a supporting actress. I figured that they would be like co-star, like you know what I mean?
Well, funny thing is, random factoid, the stage play, Elphaba and Glinda were nominated in the Best Actress category against each other,
Okay.
and
That
Elphaba
makes
won. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a rule on screen time. Like for you both to be nominated, it has to be equal screen time, and if one is less, then
wow.
So
interesting. I wonder how specific they get. You were on for 3 seconds longer than
I know,
her,
right?
So
That would suck.
Yeah.
So
I do think Ariana Grande has a good chance at this too. Who is this?
In Conclave?
I don't remember a single woman in that
she
movie.
She was the nun that was like involved in watching.
She didn't do much. She didn't do enough to earn an award.
And also, I've seen quite a few Isabella Rossellini roles as well. Again, she is always good in them serious meaty roles, so I don't feel like this is like...
Yeah, I think the movie was just amazing.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think Ariana Grande has because she was really good.
She was very good.
She was very good in Wicked. She's funny.
But was she really good, or were just our expectations just really low?
No, I think she was really good.
Okay.
I'll give it to her.
Yeah.
She was good.
I'll agree.
Yeah, let's see. Best director, again, we've never even seen these movies, so hard to tell. Best original script. Like, ugh. Oh,
that's to me.
I know. That's my problem. She used to be a fucking bombshell. Like,
I mean, for as old as she is, she's what? She's
I know, fucking
up in her 60s now.
Bitch, hang the bra straps up. You don't.
Oh my god.
You don't need to be on screen all the time. This is what I don't get. It's like, just retire and go away.
But
you have plenty of money.
She just loves the craft. Why does she have to sit at home if she's
then why'd
still
you stop
capable?
for so long?
She had kids to raise. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, so fucking go.
They grown now.
Yeah, so you gave up your. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So director was this? Oh, screenplay. Jesse Eisenberg wrote A Real Pain. Good for him.
Still haven't seen these movies.
None of this matters to us. Best adapted screenplay.
Okay,
I didn't. This is what, a movie or a book?
Probably a book. Yeah.
Conclave. Okay. Nickel Boys. You said that was a book.
Yeah.
That might have some potential.
I'll root for that one too.
Yep. Okay. This guy's name is Jay Cox.
Oof.
I mean, that's one is like, hey, dude, change it.
Yeah, imagine going through like childhood with that last name.
Or at least change the spelling.
It wouldn't matter. No, he'd have to change the whole name.
Change the K to an H, and
he could have the spelling of the Koch brothers, and kids are still gonna be like cock.
Right.
Like,
best international film. I love how it doesn't even have like.
Amelia Perez is an international. Didn't realize that. Okay.
I thought it was.
I mean, I didn't realize it was.
I thought it was like a Latin American movie.
Me too.
I think it's funny that they put the country and not like the director or like the production studio. It's just fucking Germany.
In their own countries, they probably do it here. Maybe. We got to know where they're from.
Best cinematography. So now, how is
Wicked not here?
Wicked and Conclave not on
I would
this?
think they both should be here.
I mean, Nosferatu. I have gotten plenty of reports that that's a terrible movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just knew it was scary, so I checked it out.
Yeah, and like Dune Part 2, that's more of like a blockbuster. I don't like that's CGI. There's no cinematography. It's like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, maybe I don't understand what the word cinematography means, but To me, that's like,
I conflate that one and art direction, like, or set design, whatever it is. I feel like they seem like they should be interchangeable, but clearly aren't.
Best costume design. Gladiator 2 would have a good argument at this one. Wicked, of course. And then Conclave is like...
They're just dressed like a bunch of...
Yeah, it's like it's modeled after what we know.
Yeah.
It's not... They're not taking any liberties, really. So... But I think with costume design, they go with like accuracy, too. And like...
Oh, that's fair.
So it's like, how well was it?
Yeah. I mean, it's Hollywood. It should be.
Best editing. I mean, how do you even determine that? Hey, can I get the raw?
Yeah, so I can see what you did.
Yeah. It's like, how do you determine that? Best makeup and hairstyling. There's only one. I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Wicked could definitely go for that too. Let's see. Best original score.
I'm actually surprised there's no John Williams entries there.
Did he even have a movie there?
Probably not. Only two names. Obviously I know Wicked and I know Chris Bowers. That composer does a lot of stuff for Shonda Rhimes.
Okay. Conclave.
That movie,
probably
that music was good,
and that probably has a good chance because Wicked is mostly like the other music. It's not an original score. Like it's obviously there.
The score part is original.
Yeah, I know, but most like what makes the movie is the fucking the soundtrack.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
like Conclave is like that. Like made the movie better.
Yeah, that's fair.
It set the tone. So
yeah.
I feel, and again, we don't know these other movies, so like we can't really say best original song. I mean, fucking.
I haven't heard any of these. Elton John's up in here?
Elton John, Never Too Late.
Oh, that was his final concert in Dodger
Played
Stadium.
A new song? What a savage, dude.
He's like, I'm going out on top.
What a monster.
See, like production design, how is that different than, I don't know, set design? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Best but this almost seems like there were people like on set, like at the time being like, this is really good production design by Nosferatu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what that best sound again. Like, Wicked should have a close say in this. I think because of how they recorded it with like the people like actually
live
like
singing.
Mm-hmm. I think they could have a good chance at that because of the risk they took with that and like the extra stuff they would have had to do.
Yeah.
To do that. Best visual effects, Alien, okay. Dune has a good chance, okay. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Didn't even know that was a movie this year. I mean...
I thought it was older than a year ago, honestly.
And then, of course, Wicked for best visual effects. There's not a whole lot of, like, magic. Like, there's some CG with
they use very little, but most of their stuff was practical.
Yeah, so, but just like the monkeys, the flying monkeys changing, but that's about it.
Yeah.
We have
seen another one. We saw Inside Out too.
Oh yeah, Inside Out
solid.
too.
Yeah. But Disney, I feel like Disney always sweeps this category. Whatever Pixar movie came out, ever since they've had this category, they overwhelmingly win.
Although we did not see Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul, and we did watch a Wallace and Gromit film for Halloween.
Yeah.
Because you're too scared to watch anything else.
Whatever, don't call me.
And it was really good. It was really fun to watch.
British stuff is I don't know, is always very like cheeky with their humor, and I like it. Yeah.
Best animated short. I mean, who knows?
We haven't.
Best
I feel like we
film.
rewind. Usually with Pixar movies, they usually have a short in the beginning, and I don't remember us seeing one.
I feel like they stopped doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they stopped doing that.
That's usually the one short I'm aware of if I saw the Pixar movie that year.
Best documentary. We don't really.
Nope.
Best documentary short, blah, blah. Best live action, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah.
We'll see if our two paltry entries win.
Yeah. We should gamble. Isn't that there's a website you can pretty much gamble on anything? That's probably fun. Yeah. Gamble on the Oscars and award shows.
I mean, I would have to see way more entries before I'd ever bet on them.
But that would be a good way to get me to watch.
That's fair.
If you were like, "Hey, do you want to watch?" I'm like, "Can we put $1 on each category?" Like something. Like that sounds fun.
Yeah.
Dude.
Also, the nerd part of me, going back to the Oscar telecast that'll come on tomorrow. Apparently, Ariana and Wicked are doing like an open Wicked medley performance. We watching.
And Will Smith's gonna come slap the shit out of
I
her.
wish a mofo would.
That wasn't last year, right? That was like 2 years ago at this point.
That was quite a few years ago.
My life is I can't keep track of time.
That was like either 3 or 4 years.
I was still living in
one.
Riverside.
The reason why that was oddly enough one of those, I remember exactly where I was because we were playing D&D.
Yep.
Through Zoom, and I remember I had the TV on behind my computer, and I saw it, and I was like, oh! And then you were like, what happened? I was like, he just slapped Chris Rock. I don't know if it's a bit or what. Yeah.
Yep, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep going with the movie stuff.
Okay.
They announced recently a new Shrek film, which very quickly caught some controversy. And we're here to investigate if it's
warranted or not.
Warranted or not, like we did last time with the World Star, because we learned last episode that World Star be fucking with us.
They be putting a spin on it
That's
sometimes.
right. They be putting a spin on it. So it says fans are not happy with Shrek and Donkey's new look. Can I tell you? I looked at this and I said, "What new look? What the fuck are you even talking about?"
Okay, so I likely wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't seen a side-by-side comparison. I might have noticed that something was different, but because I haven't seen them in years, I would have just been like, oh, well, it's just chalking it up to it's been a while.
Who does that?
I don't know.
Who sees a new thing and they go, let me put this side-by-side with the previous one?
Hardcore fans,
it's
apparently.
Like, you losers. You absolute losers. God forbid they want to like redo a thing and like make it new for the new movie for a new generation
But is it
of people.
old enough
like,
to be rebooted with a new look?
I think it doesn't matter. Like, it's fucking
true.
Shrek, dude.
True.
It's just like, who cares?
And it's not like they're depending on the same actor getting in a suit and accounting for age change.
Right.
It's all
like,
animated,
it's
so
animation.
just use the same.
Who cares, man?
It's weird.
But I wonder if it was just like they redid everything. Like maybe they were like needed a new design for a legal reason. Who knows? Like, because
some animator that took credit for it was like, I'm quitting. You can't use my shit. Make your
who
own.
fucking knows? But it's like I look at it and I go, yeah, that's definitely Shrek. I'm not like
This is the old one, right?
No, this is the new one. This is part of the new.
Is it?
Yeah.
See, I need the side by side again. Oh, okay. You're right. Okay.
And it's like, even I'm looking at that, I'm going, okay. Like his nose droops a little more, I guess. Like,
it's not enough of a difference that I would have noticed, but okay, this is a better comparison.
But even then, it's like that. The one on the left is a picture. It's definitely been color corrected in some fashion, and the one on the right is a screen cap. Like,
yeah,
and they don't look that different. This person at YCSM1N, you dumb bitch.
They went hard.
Rhinoplasty, lip filler, cheek implants. Josh, it's a computer. It's somebody on a computer program making a face that is probably a little nicer.
I guess.
A little more rounded.
To me, it's not enough of a change to where I'm like, is this the same character?
Oh my god, he got work done. You dumb whore.
I mean, he still looks like an ogre.
He still looks like an ogre. Shrek has had a style and look that hasn't changed since 2001. Now he's in the Puss in Boots art style.
2001, Shrek is 24 years old.
And again, it's like they don't want to do anything different. It's like I don't find this that crazy.
Yeah, I don't either.
And he's not that different. Like, it's not like he's skinny. If he was like skinny and
had
like ripped,
had a
and
Michael
like
Jackson
chiseled,
nose,
yeah, like chiseled and like his ears were perfect.
Yeah,
we'd be like, this is fucked up.
Yeah,
this is like misrepresentation. Like, whatever.
We should ask Brian like how his thoughts on this.
Yeah,
since he's
yeah.
a big fan.
I just. I don't know who this man is, but it ain't Shrek.
Okay.
Bitch, shut the fuck up. You're so stupid. It's clearly Shrek. It
Who
couldn't
else
be
would it
anybody
be?
else.
Yeah.
Exactly. And there is like this is like part of a like larger picture that has like Princess Fiona, and I guess they have a child now.
Okay.
That's this red hair over here. But I guess like they said, it's in the Puss in Boots art style. They're actually probably right.
Which Puss in Boots was a spin-off from Shrek, right? That was originally a character in one of Shrek. Okay.
But I think this is just more. It's nicer. It just looks like he's more likable just based on appearance alone. He's not, like, and I know that's like not what they were going. Like, he's an ogre.
Yeah.
But
But also, if they have a daughter, and if that daughter's a teenager or whatever, can't this just be 25 years older Shrek? Of course, he would look different.
That, and it's like, but I mean, he doesn't look older.
Go back.
They could have done that.
Actually, he does look younger.
He looks younger. He does look younger, which is like okay,
but
fine.
I can't say that I'm in.
You don't have to be
There's
old
not enough
to have
be
kids.
Outraged here for me.
Not nearly enough. I don't know.
He's still got a fat, meaty head, no lips, them
huge
trumpets for
nose.
ears, a big nose. Like he still checks the boxes enough to make him recognizable as that character.
When I saw the thing, I was just like, yeah, that's Shrek.
Yeah,
grimacing. Ooh.
Yeah.
And Donkey. I mean, I think Donkey looks like he has a Frankenstein cut on the top of his head. Like he looks like he got hair implants. You know, he's got a hair.
I wish they would have showed a picture of old Donkey. Oh,
it's kind of hard to.
But he's making a different face. So, but again, he's still got Eddie Murphy's big teeth.
I mean, the colorization is different, but
so
people get pale as they get old. Right? They lose pigmentation, right? Yeah, I'm not upset about it.
No,
I don't know what people are freaking out about.
I don't either.
I don't know. Very interesting.
Yeah,
very interesting.
That's misdirected outrage, in my opinion.
Yes, it is.
R.I.P. to Gene Hackman.
Yeah, that came out. Gene Hackman and his wife found dead along with their dog in their house.
Apparently, it's one of a few dogs. The other dogs were not dead. Only this one was dead, which that was kind of weird to me. But
very suspicious circumstances.
Yeah,
and like you said, I think in one of our text threads, or maybe we were just talking. I don't remember. It was like how watching Scandal has altered our views of reality.
Yeah,
because I'm just sitting here like, this seems like a botched, staged murder.
Right.
Where, like, they wanted both of them to be nearby the pills. They gave Gene Hackman the pills, and he, like, swallowed them, and then they left, and he got up and, like, walked away or some shit. Like they wanted it to be a suicide, like, look like a suicide, but then just, like, backfired somehow.
Well,
I don't know, man.
Of the
it looks
updates
weird.
I've read, their bodies weren't together. Like, her body, the wife's body, was in the bathroom near pills. And I think the dog was near her. Mm-hmm. And Gene Hackman was found in like their laundry or mudroom, whatever they call it. This was a disturbing update. Was like, I guess he had a pacemaker, and they were saying like the last reading on the pacemaker was like 9 days prior to them finding him. So they think he might have been dead for a while. And I was like, who's not checking up on their people? Like, he was 95. Somebody wasn't giving him a phone call daily.
Yeah,
like, hey, y'all all right? That's, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of wonder if like he had a heart, whatever, and passed out. And like maybe she was taking medication, like she was about to have a heart something, and was trying to get the pills and she couldn't, and she passed out. Maybe the dog ate the pill and he died. I don't know.
What a like series of unfortunate events.
For sure.
If that's here's my theory.
Okay.
I think the wife was trying to commit suicide via pills.
Okay.
And I think potentially Gene, I'm going to use his first name.
Okay.
Mr. Hackman, I think he maybe found her after, or during maybe, and then was trying to maybe go get
he
help.
was found with his cane too.
And so maybe
fell or something.
I don't know about that, or just the extra, he had a heart attack because of
the stress.
he had a pacemaker. I don't know how that works, but the stress. He fell and but I don't know. I don't think they've announced if he's if he had blunt trauma, or if he looked like he fell, or if it looked like he just passed out. I don't, or if he was sitting somewhere. They didn't really say, but that's my theory.
That's still.
And then the dog probably ate a bunch of the pill, not knowing what the fuck they were, or the wife was losing it and gave the dog pills before her because she wanted to go down together. That's my theory. Yeah,
that makes me sad. But I think the whole reason they were discovered was somebody it was a wellness check.
Contractor, or what? I thought there was some contractor that was supposed to, or I can't remember. It was something. Something weird.
Still, that I don't know. The fact that he potentially could have been dead for like 9 days. It's like, who is not checking on a 95-year-old daily?
Yeah.
If they're not in like an assisted living situation, like they're 95.
Yep.
Somebody call them or pop by. I don't know. That just seems weird. That saddens me that he could potentially have been dead that long.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you don't
nobody
have
knew.
kids, or if
You
they're
don't think they have kids?
I don't know.
Oh.
I have no idea.
Friends? Somebody? I don't know.
I mean, you're 90-something years old. It's like, I don't think it's that uncommon to, like, not be seen for 9 or 10 days. Like, yeah, they're old. They just kind of stay sequestered. Like, they're old, famous people at that.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going out a bunch.
Check on your people.
Check your people. Let's do one more thing, and then let's get out of here.
All right.
You put this in. Quirks.
Weird or legit? So, we all have them, obviously. And some have weirder ones than others. And so recently, well, not recently, I guess, but somewhat recently, for me at work, and backstory is I just have a weird visual type memory. So like when I'm walking into work, I kind of like scan and see like who of my coworkers are here or whatever. And I mentioned that to a coworker, and they were like, well, how do you know that was their car? And I was like, well, their license plate. And they were like, you recognize people's license plates? And it's like, you see these cars every day. You don't think about, I don't know. And then that segued into a thing of how many people actually know their own license plate numbers. And apparently I was deemed weird for knowing mine. I was like, well, what if your car's stolen? Like, how are you going to identify it? And they're like, well, we'd pull out our insurance card or
That's
whatever.
What most people, yeah, I know mine.
So is it weird to know what your own license plate number?
Well, I don't think it's weird to know your own. I think it's weird. When you're saying like, oh, I know that person's car by their license plate, could you tell me the person's license plate number right now if I asked you?
Probably not all the digits, but probably like the first 3 or 4.
Okay, because if you could do the whole, that would be weird.
That's fair.
But you just be like, oh no, I know that they drive like a red car that like license plate starts in 24C or whatever.
Okay.
Like, that's not that crazy. That's just something you would just pick up on.
Okay.
I don't know if that's how I would do it. I think more times than not for me, it's like, what's the border around the license plate? That's how I know George is George, because he has the pineapple license plate thing.
Interesting. Okay.
And the emblem that's not the actual American XB emblem. It's like the Japanese XB
That's
emblem.
oddly specific. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I look at like accessories more.
Okay. So, yeah.
But I mean, that is like the most identifiable thing on a car is the license plate.
True.
So like that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I do often wonder, like, oh, something happened right now and somebody hopped in that car and drove off and someone was like, did you get the license plate number? Mm-hmm. There's no fucking way.
In that situation, I think I could.
There's no way. I'd be like, I was not looking.
I would tell you the
all.
make, model, plus or minus 2-3 years of the year of the car. Hell yeah.
I'd be
I'm
like,
the witness you want. And maybe I shouldn't say that.
I would
I'm the one to be a shot first.
I would struggle to be confident in the color of the car.
You'd be what?
I would struggle to be confident in knowing the color of the car.
Even in the daytime?
Yeah, or like if they're like, maybe if it was like right away, I'd be like, oh, it was a black car. I don't know, the license plate started with a W, I think. Like that's how I would be.
Okay.
But if it was like 2 days later, they're like, hey, you were at this location when this happened. Do you remember seeing this car? Mm-hmm. Or like a car? And I'd be like, yeah, I'm sure there was a car. Do you remember what color?
Well, no. Well, for me,
Blue,
it would
black,
have to be
red,
like
I don't fucking know.
It would have to something would have to put that car on my radar for me to recognize it.
Yeah.
Just a car that drove by on my street when I happened to be outside doing yard work, probably wouldn't remember that.
Right.
If
But
that car
some
was making a
people
lot of
do.
noise and sputtering, and I'll
that's
remember
how
it.
like murders get solved.
True.
It's like, yeah, I saw that car drive. I was like, oh, you know that was that car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
So, what's one for you?
I don't know. That's actually, I don't know. I'm sure I definitely do have one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we were just talking about one the other day. Oh, I don't like to put my phone in the cup holder.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't want to do it. because I'm a messy fast food eater and I drop shit in the.
Well, that's justifiable. I wouldn't say that's
weird. Or it
weird.
gets wet and like. Yeah, but you seem to think it was a pretty normal thing for people to like use a cup holder as like a phone holder.
But I'm not messy in my car, so I don't have that as a risk.
Weird flex.
I'm just saying, I'm not. Like, and I keep gazillions of napkins, so in the off chance I did, it's getting cleaned up right away.
Yeah.
So, for you, if you're self-aware enough to know that you're messy, then that's not weird. A weird quirk.
I suppose. I don't know. I definitely have them. I guess I can't like say off the top of my head what one would be.
That's fair.
You'll have to keep an eye out for it.
Will do. Well, I know you think mine's weird that with the like food things and peeling the film off.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Keeps the like Pringles or like a new tub of butter. Like she'll peel like the, what do they even call it? Like the protective.
Like the vacuum seal thing.
Yeah, she'll peel that off, but she'll leave like the sliver, like a little sliver of it on the back.
Yeah.
So you can put it back on. And it's the most fucking obnoxious shit.
But it's not. And I feel like I'm not the only one that feels that way.
I feel like most people that do it don't think about doing it. They're just doing it because that's how they've always done it.
Yeah.
They don't have a reason for doing it.
I don't know. In my mind, it offers a probably illogical thought, but it offers an extra layer of protection. Like, if you get like them big old tubs of yogurt and, I'll peel like the foil half, bang, get what I want, and then I put them back on there, and then I put the lid on it. Like, it's an extra.
What are you afraid of getting
I
in there?
don't know. I said it was illogical. I don't know. What if, I don't know. It makes for less air being in there for bacteria to grow. I don't fucking know.
Especially with yogurt, it's like there's like the little bit that gets on the top of the foil part, and it just gets all like curdled and fucking
I'm
gross.
not eating that.
Yeah, but it's still there. It's like it's touching. It's like in the same air as the stuff you're eating. So what's the difference? You might as well be eating it.
I don't know. That's definitely an illogical one for me.
It's gross.
Whatever.
It's weird.
And he'll come behind me and see it and just
rip that shit right off. But
so
it's not like you have a problem with it being off. Like I do it.
No,
and it's not like you're like and fucking.
That would be a problem if I did that.
Yeah, it would be a problem. But so it's not like but what I'm saying is that it's not like something for you that it's like
like OCD.
Yeah, it's not like no, you have to keep it on or my
it.
toenails will grow indefinitely. Like that's what OCD people think. They're crazy. They're like, if I don't touch this 12 times, then my face is going to turn into the serial killer that I saw on TV. It's like, what, dude? That's pretty wild.
Wow.
But yeah.
So yeah. All right.
No more query. I don't know. We'll come up with it. We'll revisit that for sure.
All right.
Anything else?
No.
Cool. Let's get out of here.
All
right. Thanks for listening. Make sure you follow, subscribe, share, like, do all that stuff. Leave a comment.
Send us questions.
Thickthinpod@gmail.com. And yeah. Are we forgetting anything? Probably, but that's okay. Keep listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.